Greetings from the T-Mobile Travel Knowledge Base. This will be the first targeted street video, and today we're going to be talking about Apple experts and how to manage through Apple calls effectively. The reason why we want to talk about this is because Apple is one of our biggest problem areas as a site as far as IOCR for PDA. The reason for that is in battery issues, the biggest is one of our biggest areas of opportunity is no trouble found. When we troubleshoot battery issues, 60 to 70% of those exchanges were no trouble found. The battery was actually good, and there were different steps that we could do to try to get these phones to turn on. So why is that important for you, and why does it matter if you exchange these phones? If we exchange out phones and Apple does the survey that T-Mobile exchanges more phones with no trouble found than Verizon, then when we actually come out with new phones, we get less of an inventory, creates backlogs, back orders, and we all know how T-Mobile came in with the iPhone. We want to have those inventories when the iPhone's released. So let's go ahead and learn on how to get these phones to power on by starting at T-Community. That's where we're going to start in any kind of troubleshooting flow. We pull up Grand Central, pull up the phone, go into the Android space or the Apple space, and we would get to document 37568. This is a no charge on an Apple phone. So we would basically be working through and we would want to check for known issues, hold the power down for 15 seconds. We've tried this. We've tried manufacturer's charger, inspected the USB and everything like that. So now we're getting to where the phone won't turn on, holding the power button won't come on, trying a different charger didn't work, and the phone just won't turn on. So the only thing that we can do now is try to plug your phone into a home computer, get it into iTunes, and try to restore the software. Or the battery is bad. So one of the two things. So 70% of the time, we're getting to where we're saying the battery is bad, we need to exchange, and we need to continue to figure out what the software issue is. So if we go from 37568 and we see that alternative battery charger both fail, we would master reset the phone, and then we would attempt to reload software through iTunes. We can't master reset the phone if the phone won't turn on, so we would try to plug it into iTunes, which brings us to document 60794. When we go into iTunes and we try to do a software reload, that software reload is called out to plug the device in, hit the device recovery screen. After the restore is complete, the phone should work. If the phone is not recognized by the USB cable, then we would do a forced software reload, where we would try to connect into iTunes. If that doesn't work, then we would want to start troubleshooting iTunes, and this is where we stop. We get to where the phone won't connect into iTunes, we think that the phone just won't connect into anything, and we stop here. We also can go into apple.com support forums and get help there, so that is where we would move to. So we would type in to the Apple support, and we would get to support.apple.com and then we would go to document HT Henry Tom 201252. Now in this document, we actually learn how to restore the iTunes device to factory settings. We would want to make sure that your iTunes is up to date, your computer software is up to date. So iTunes, computer software, then we would want to unplug every other USB charger. We would also want to check computer security software, restart the phone, restart the computer, and then we want to try again. And if those actually don't work, that actually takes us to get more help with advanced steps for actual error codes. Now when we get into these steps, there's actual numbers on this screen. There's about 30 of them that give exact resolutions for network errors with exact numbers and how to fix those. So really, if we get to where the phone is not recognized by iTunes, we should not stop there, and we should be making it to where we're getting into iTunes, making sure that iTunes software is up to date, the computer software is up to date, there's no security settings, that we've unplugged every other USB cable, we've restarted everything, and then we've moved to this specific error. T-Mobile, as a team, we really have to get better at getting these Apples not exchanged and working through these no power issues. Please get with me if you have any kind of questions. Get with your seniors. These videos will keep coming. The next one will be for network modes and how to switch between and why. And then we'll be talking about Wi-Fi connections and how to protect that. Thanks again, and signing off.